pedal to the gas, we're watching it all. Covering the courtroom, big case or small. Laugh when we can, cry when we must, but it's all real talk, you can count on us. We're not the pros, just fans who care. With popcorn in hand and a comfy chair. And every twist, we're right there. Together like we're all in the witness chair. This is the Broken Baker, where the trials come alive, where the chat is wild and the vibes survive. We're watching the worst of what people do, but we keep it light, yeah, that's our truth. It's the only place for crime, and it feels just right. We bring the justice talk into your night. So hit that stream, don't miss the call. At the Broken Baker, we cover it all. Oh yeah. We're just flaming with the view, but we ask the things the world wants to. Digging through the facts, side by side. Even when it's dark, we bring the light. No clickbait, no fake feels, just truth and the highs and the reels. With the chat that roasts and rise, we're just here for the case and the vibes. This is the Broken Baker, where the stories unfold with a smile in the heart, even when it's cold. Yeah, we cover the bad with a wink and a grin. Where the real talk starts, come on, jump in. It's the only place to be, can't you see? For trials and truth, it's BBTV. The Broken Baker, where the trials come alive. Yeah, we'll be here, trial of the trial. Yeah.
Good morning. 25. Welcome to maybe a trial. The judge, as I remembered it, ordered them back in court at 9. I set it up for 9:30 because they're always late. Then I was sitting doing some housekeeping, and then it got bumped till 10 local time. And hopefully we'll have a trial at some point. How am I today? It was a very long day for you yesterday. I am always A-okay. I just got my new glasses. They make me feel like I'm drunk. So it's been, and my first lovely remark from my daughter was, "You look old." And I do. They are a little 70s. I'm afraid that I might have gotten a pair of hipster glasses. But hey, and sorry so much, Dodo Dickerson, for the 10 corner kisses that I don't know why the stupid app doesn't acknowledge or give me the notifications that you was so generous to give me 10 corner kisses yesterday. Thank you so much. Yeah, I normally have him on while I'm showering. Want to see my glasses? They might be a little. It's more. It's just a little 70s. I don't have them in here. I don't need them in here. But I don't know. It's because I needed readers in the bottom of them, so she told me to get. Normally, I'll have smaller glasses, but she said get something bigger, and I thought I'm gonna go with the Michael Caine look, but maybe Michael Caine isn't for me. Well, oh, hello. Oh, ooh, yee. I like that. I was actually going for a very Shut the fuck up, Donnie. You're not getting out of here till we find the baby. I'm not I talked to, it's because when I have to, oh, now I can actually read the chat over there. But when I look at the chat here, I don't need them. I had this from my obstetrician herself. But the funny thing is, before when I was looking at my phone, I had to do this to see the screen. Now, when I look at it, it just feels like it's bending in the middle. They do suit me. Well, I think they are a little, they look a lot like my dad's back in the day. Well, anime, nothing's good about this Monday. That's why on this channel we call it a Tuesday. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jinxie Poo. Oh, you're also nice. I know you're lying. When I was catching up on yesterday's stream, he said croc socks. I was so pleased he didn't say jokes. Well, the problem is it's really annoying because I didn't have the progressive lenses before, so now I have to do that thing where you have to turn your head to see things, because when you look out the side, it's really annoying. But I need to get used to it. And it turns out that the old glasses I had actually had too much strength in them, so these should be better for me. But I just need to get acquainted with the progressive.
Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7.
You can see the lens right there.
Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3. We're in recess.
Yeah, it's I had what was called a youth
testing 1 2 3 4 5
progressive in one of my first
6
glasses,
7 8 9 10.
and you had to do that when you step up and down.
3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
Well, I'm 27, so he got a youthful look.
All right. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7.
Just that you can use your phone without doing this is really nice.
She's on her way back. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Thank you very much.
But I can feel that my eyes isn't adjusted to this yet, so it doesn't feel nice to have them on yet. But yeah, and I was thinking about getting something a little more party-like, kind of like that guy who goes on Court TV. But then I thought, that's fat guys in bright glasses isn't the best look in the world, so I'm not going to get that. But I have to wear them for 3 weeks to see if everything works out, and then I might buy another pair just so I have a little thing to change. This is the more formal, and then get one that's a little more sporty or something. Oh, that's not. It's just that you don't do this. That you look down. That's yeah. Especially when these are progressive glasses, so it's way different than just putting on a pair of glasses. I don't think I could get used to bifocal. I had it before, and back when I was in city council, it was really nice because you're sitting here looking at an iPad, and then you're looking up at a big screen. So you have. I didn't have to pull on and pull off and do all of that. And when I'm in court, when I have to sit and read the charging documents and stuff like that, I'll take my glasses off all the time. So it'll be nicer. Yeah, it is different with the progressives. I had to wear glasses for distance since 8th grade. Contacts were really hard for me, so it's glasses. The switch to progressives was rough for someone with decades of single vision. Yeah. Hey, Plushie. I can't do lenses. I did lenses for maybe a year, and I hate taking them out again. So I just don't like, because my vision changed because I was dumb enough to put a metal rod into my eye, and so I'm really not. I don't like anything touching my eyes, so I can't do the. It's really that's just not me. Oh, and by the way, I have to plug some merch. My daughter's birthday present arrived on her birthday, but I'm not going up there today. So look how cool. She's getting her daddy's merch in a nice baby pink. Merch available in Spring Store. So now I have used it as advertising for tax purposes. I don't have problems putting them in. I have problems taking them out. If I got progressive lens, I need to the strength at top, not bottom, as I have myopia and macular degeneration. Oh. Yeah, I haven't really figured out where in the glass stuff is, but she said use them as much as you can for 2 weeks so your eyes get used to them. I got LASIK 2009 because it was painful when shooting in the army, looking through glasses, then protective glasses, then pro mask and optics. I have a buddy of mine who had LASIKs, and you can also get the shirt in burgundy. That's my gift to myself. But LASIKs, if you don't want to pay for it yourself in Denmark, you have to be nearly blind until they'll give it to you. What kind of person names their kid Metal? Weird Hollywood actors, maybe? Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's yeah. Did you give yourself a discount? No. I don't, but I did buy them as what do you call it, a tester. So, and funny enough, both the hoodies arrived at the same time. The T-shirt for my baby baker, I don't know when that's gonna arrive. But do we think he's gonna take the stand? That's what the judge told him. Go home, talk to your team, talk to your family. What are you gonna do? That's the first question. Is he gonna take the stand? The second question, this judge doesn't seem to want to waste time. Well, sometimes she wastes a lot of time, but do we think closing arguments will be more than maybe an hour each? And finally, do we believe that deliberation will be more than 2 hours? I don't think so. There's a YouTuber whose name is Chrome. Well, mine is Baker. Well, yeah, you're really into the oh my. Does I say do I say oh my a lot? I didn't notice that. It's probably kind of like Mo. I've noticed that she has gotten into the rhythm saying, you know. And I don't think she knows she does it. But she does it a lot when she's reading or she's talking about a story. It's only when she's text focused. If she's talking to other people, she doesn't do it. But she has a lot of and on the 25th of the 7th month of the Aquarius, and she has gotten into that one. You do, Jamie. If he wants an appeal down the road, don't take the stand. Yeah, that's probably the best guess. This seems like an easy call for the jury. Yeah, I saw another case that we actually looked a little bit on about a guy who did he unalive his wife for something that ended in a mistrial yesterday. 6-6 was the jury split. Hey, Gerda K, how are you doing this fine afternoon? If he's going with a false confession, maybe him trying to explain it is needed. It won't help, but who knows? it would be really ridiculous. I don't think so. How soon can they get free pizza there? Well, if they could have started on time and he's not going to talk and they have an hour closing, then they could get lunch and they could be back by 1 with a guilty verdict. Hello, Zach. Zach put his hat on. He's playing cowboy. But as they say in Texas, he's all hat, no cattle. When I did mission briefs, I would say, after each statement, like I was reaffirming myself. I do say, oh my. I never talk about smexy stuff. This is a good Christian channel. Oh, that's the one where you say, OH. Phone on a rampage. Did you? Oh, Crispy deleted by Brandon. Sorry, Crispy. Brandon woke up and chose violence this morning. I've never said, oh my. Hey, Sebastian, how are you all today? We're fine. But aren't they having ham sandwiches for lunch? I don't even know. She hasn't talked about what they're having. They are sequestered. With this open and shut case, these people are out of here. It's Tuesday. They haven't been home since. Did we start Friday or Monday? They want to get out of here. His daughter's boyfriend, 2 of his own daughters testified against him. Weird outcome. Victim's mom collapsed in court. Oh, that was the case. Oh, yeah, that's where they killed his daughter's. He killed his daughter's boyfriend, and his daughter and his wife both had taken a plea deal, but only his daughter had to testify against him. And it still ended in, we don't know. Why does Brandon hate you? I don't think, I think he's an equal opportunity hater. Maybe Zach has been squatting with Kurt and now they wear matching hats too. If Zach's going to show up in a pair of Go Faster glasses, it can only help on his look. There is another video of Kurt doing hack squats. And I have to say, except him overextending his knees at the top, pretty good form and decent weight and everything. So thumbs up for the hack squats, but don't do squats, don't do deadlifts. You're going to ruin your back. Hack squats is really good for you. You are in a stable position. You can go really low. If you have a band on it, it can help you bounce up from the bottom. But that's I would rate that a solid hack squat that he's doing. I think he has 2 licorices and 2 half licorices on each side. So that's be 20, 40, 60, 80, like 120 kilos on the hack squat. That's pretty decent. Someone was making fun of a Texas deputy's Cowboys hat, so I grabbed mine and took a pic. So we can make fun of yours instead. Thank you, Jamie. The mod of the year will be the mod who fixes most of Brandon's mistake. That's why Brandon is a mod. Everyone is always, why is Brandon a mod? Is it because you want to write the really, really weird things in chats? And I don't want to hear him complain to Jamie that he's not allowed to write all this weird stuff. No, it's to test the other mods. Yes, he is puck blocking again. You have 3 cowboy hats. I tried a cowboy hat on, and I think it's one of those things where you kind of think it's kind of cool, and then you think, but I'm sitting in Denmark, and I don't do line dancing. So the amount of times I'm going to wear a cowboy hat is roughly 0. I know I'm not going to ever be invited back to Tennessee, but there was some really gaudy 4th of July style kind of cowboy hats. I might have that on if I was ever to come back and do a live stream. But I'm not going to be invited back. I know that. I saw it. I just had to get situated on the throne. Mhm. Cowboy hats are gay. No, hats are not. I don't think hats have any sexuality. It's inanimate objects. Hey, Rastlers, move. Oh my. Jamie, it's Tuesday. That's not hump day yet, so don't get out your camel out, but it's still a great day to clean out the bathroom cabinet or go skydiving or play hopscotch. Jamie is working the phones. I love a good. Another thing is cowboy hats is a very distinct thing that I think you have to try on a few to find your style. Because there's a lot of different styles. I'm not the biggest fan of the round one on Nick's cowboy hat. I really like Raylan Givens, but there is which movie is that from? The ones with the flat top, I like those as well. Cowboy hats have a really big hole that makes them female. Zach, don't you start anything. There will be none. 10-gallon hat, or how about a cowboy hat made out of a 30 rack of Keystone pack of Busch Lights? We actually tried to buy a Bud Light cowboy hat for Valhalla. He got a little mad, so he got the Bret Michaels hat instead. The one with the crown, or yeah, and they're quite expensive as well. The only quotes I do is when I go to the to the potty. Don't understand that one. Well, it's probably because he has a small head to put in the big hole. If you understand that one. The right hat chooses you, so it's kind of like a wand in Harry Potter. I bought my cowboy hat for the 4th of July and the rodeo. My sister actually went to a rodeo when she was in Illinois, and she said it was an amazing experience. It was really different. We don't have stuff like that. We do have tractor pulling and stuff like that, but we don't have anything like a rodeo. And she said, you think it's just about those weirdos getting tossed off of horses, but there's so much more, and it's just like a big fun fair. So she recommended it. You got destroyed. We have those small, kind of like when you have barbershop quartets, those flat brimmed. Those are the ones the straw hats we would wear. In my town, I don't even know if we have it anymore because but we have like once a year we have a day where they used to all the shops would gather on the city square and have a small booth, and they would be dressed up like old folksies, and everyone would go down there, and they would have like a little fair in the town square, and they would be dressed up, and a lot of those flat fancy hats is what they used. Cowboy hats really wasn't a thing here. Cowboy hat really wasn't a thing in the Wild West. There was more like bowler hats and stuff like that. It's later that cowboy hats became popular. Say what? Say what? What? Huh? Yeah, that's what they said. What's Harry Potter? Harry Potter is a great story about rags to riches. All you need to succeed is your parents getting killed. That's the story of Harry Potter. We still have prison rodeos. You never show up in the time for the rodeo. I'm never going to show up again because I know I'm banned from the state of Tennessee. Because, oh, we have bad constitution and we can't handle a little bit of illness. That was really annoying when I came home and was sick for 2 weeks. Stop contaminating me. My hubby used to have 2 pairs of great cowboy boots, and we live in Glasgow. Well, I do my dance cardio Mondays and Fridays. I try to get there if my back is okay. And yesterday, because my gym is they do this twice a year where you can go somewhere to Spain or somewhere and spend a week with them where you do a lot of training and you hang out and socialize and all that. So most of the normal instructors are away, and we had a new one this time, and she was really into line dancing because she is a caretaker for a blind American. Funny thing. And he really wanted to do line dance. So we were doing some of that line dance, and that has been really big in Denmark, line dance, especially in the rural parts. They do a lot of that, and they will wear the full getup, and that's why I don't really want to have a cowboy hat, because even though I kind of think it's cool and howdy, ma'am, but it's a lot of guys in like flannel flannel vest or that 70s vests on, and then they would go around and yeehaw. I need a nice beaver hat. Well, Tennessee is the home of David Crockett, man of the wild frontiers. And he used to wear a beaver. No, was that a raccoon? He used to wear a hat. Didn't the judge say 9:30? No, they said, I want you back here at 9. So I set it up for 9:30 because he always late. Then it got bumped till 10. It's 10 now. And nothing has. People are moving around, and we had a sound test. That's all we have. Hey, Money G. The hooker told you 3 times she wouldn't do that thing you wanted. Hey, if I'm making it rain, I'm making it rain. And when she got a little uppity, I said, well, I can make it hail as well. And she got really mad when I had a lot of quarters. Beaver, that's a aquatic swamp dwelling animal. It'll build dams, go up, cut down trees. It's a pest. They have a lot of them in Canada. Well, they're central, so it's 10:09 their time. Yes, I wanted a coonskin cap so bad as a kid. What's that? A boosh. My son is getting married in a month. I'm getting him a cowboy hat and giving it to him on dance floor. That's going to be a cool little gift. We live in a city in Australia, and my husband paid $100 for a suede cowboy hat. But those cowboy, sometimes when I'm just fooling around on the Instagram, I get this guy who makes cowboy hats and makes weird brims, and he puts a golden nail in it, so you know who makes it. I don't know who makes them, but he has a golden nail. Now you can look him up. And there's some of them are really cool. I wish I can remember. I can see the actor, but I can't remember what movie it's from. And I really like that. It's that where you have the flat brim with the little crease around the side. I think those look cool. Crockett wore a raccoon tail hat. I bought all of my boys one when they were young. I knew it was a rodent. The beaver is sort of a cousin of the duck-billed platypus. Not really, but sort of. Well, by that definition, a cow is a cousin of a duck-billed platypus. The beaver is the national animal of Canada. That's why so many American guys has a Canadian girlfriend. Giggity, giggity, giggity. I was looking and they range from 100 to 800. That's a lot. I don't know. I don't know where you buy stuff like that. I only saw them at Walmart and they were either American flag or Bud Light. And I don't drink Bud Light because I'm not a female like Lefty. And I really wanted the American one, but we moved on. But I got a t-shirt that says these colors don't run. The Muscovy dog is close to a duck, turkey, and goose. So it's the turgoose. At the turgoose. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Ours is the swan. That's our national bird. I should check out Officer Leslie Beaulieu, the guy who cleaned his pew-pews and pew-pewed his wife between the eyes, or girlfriend. Yeah, I was watching a bit of that. We paid $150 each for our cowboy hats. Well, I could probably business expense it. Beaver teeth are orange in color because of the increased iron content in their enamel. They also self-sharpen and never stop growing. That's interesting. I think the jackalope is the national animal of the planet Texas. I think that's the rattlesnake. You have it on your flag. Is that big old with a weird face? Wood doesn't digest well, so beavers have to chew out of their food and then chew the food out of their ear. They eat poop. Well, it's because it's cellulose. Cellulose doesn't break down easily. What happens if a Danish blonde moves to Sweden? The average intelligence of both countries goes up. Pernilla is a Danish blonde who lives in Sweden. Just saying. Wood pigeons. We have a clear anti-pigeon stand on this channel because, as Iris say, they carry chlamydia. Maybe that's why they're loud. It burns when they pee. And we're now 15 minutes late. Jeepers. I think a lot of people were so enthralled by our biology lessons that they forgot the like button. Thank you for reminding us, Restless. Ooh, we have audio.
He just stepped out, but we're prepared to go forward. What do we need to take up?
We need to harmonize. We need to harmonize.
Mr. Christensen is now in the courtroom. Mr. Isabelle, if you'll please come around to the seal. Follow the directions of the deputy.
Is he going to take the stand?
Step this way, sir. Stand on the top of the seal, face the judge, raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Please have a seat, watch your step, and I'll need you to speak up for the benefit of Madam Court Recorder who's recording these proceedings.
Good morning, Mr. Isabelle. You have sat through this trial, and you've listened to all the proof along with us.
You got to speak up, Mr. Massey. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Try to get you an additional microphone.
You've heard all the proof along with us.
Yes, sir.
And even before that, we've gone over the proof that we expected to be shown in this case, even showing PowerPoints and those kind of things, so that we may.
I can't hear anything.
Aware of all the discovery available. And after hearing the proof today, of this past week and yesterday, and knowing that you have a right to testify, it's an absolute constitutional right to testify, tell this jury whatever your side of the case may be. And no one can make that decision, as Her Honor told you yesterday, nobody but you. And what's
He's not testifying. He's being asked if he wants to testify, and I'm going to boost the rapiola because Father Time doesn't use a mic. So I'm going to turn off my own mic.
you do is you can look to others for advice, like you look to us for advice. You're lawyers. And you talk with your family as well, right?
Yes, sir.
And after doing that, and after hearing the proof, have you made a decision as to whether or not you wish to testify? Have you made a decision?
Yes, sir.
What is that decision, please?
I wish to testify.
You do not wish to testify.
No, sir.
I have no other questions. Thank you.
Do you mind if I just, for the record, flesh out some other things? You made a decision to not testify, and I'm certain that Mr. Massey and Ms. Fuchs have informed you that the jury will be informed that they can't hold that against you. You have the right to remain silent. Has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to not testify?
No, ma'am.
Yes, it's a different way. Normally, this will be done questioning by the judge the entire way through, but Father Time had to do it this time, and he said, so he's not going to testify, sadly. So we're going straight to closing arguments. So if you keep it down in the back of the class, I might get to sleep before midnight today. So, and if I get to sleep early enough, there will be a Baker at Night where I might do something I don't normally do, talk about something that has been going around all weekend. And so that's a teaser. You better tell court to hurry up.
You're entering into this season, this session of not testifying. It's your choice and yours alone. And that you understand that no one can draw any inferences, meaning no one can assume what you would or would not have said just because you didn't testify. And that's basically what I'll tell the jury. They can't hold that against you. You understand? And you've had enough time, not only just this morning, because I know you spent some time with your lawyers this morning to discuss this issue. And you did yesterday, right? I need more.
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't need additional time to discuss this decision.
All right.
You're clear, and you're clear on what you're gonna do.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're satisfied with what they've been able to share with you as far as where we've been going throughout this process. They've been accessible to you. You've been to court many times, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And they've shared everything that they have with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need any additional time with them this morning before we proceed?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You may step down. Next up.
Ashley Babbitt. Was it Ashley? It wasn't Babbitt. Babbitt was the one who chipped.
Darkly moved Flores when the jury comes back.
To the jury.
Ashley Benefield, that's her name. Yeah, Babbitt was. Yes, I believe the defense is, when the jury comes in, they'll rest and then hopefully they are prepared to do closing arguments because we are already an hour and a half late. Yes, Zach is right. Who is wrong in the benefit trial? But Sue is always wrong, so it's not the first time. was Lorraine Bobbitt. I can't, all these women. I like the court reporter's dress or shirt or whatever it is. He's been having some cute tops on. Bruce, you can't use that against a woman. Women be cray-cray. KISYSNGs. It's a lot of B's in there.
Judge, the jury's in the courtroom.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, September 30th, and what a week it has been, right? Let's get started. Mr. Massey, Ms. Hughes.
John Clay, on behalf of the defense, rests.
Does the state of Tennessee wish to present any rebuttal?
No, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have now heard all of the proof in the case. We're going to take a short break while I go over your instructions with the attorneys. I'm going to give them a few minutes to prepare their closing arguments, if any. The state may give a closing argument and the defense may give a closing argument. If the defense gives a closing argument, the state will be allowed to give a final rebuttal argument if it wishes. This is because the state has the burden of proof in this case. During this break, even though you have heard all of the proof, do not discuss the case amongst yourselves. It is now 10:26. I hope to be with you very soon, and I hope that we can work, the lawyers and I can work rather expeditiously so as to get you back in and go over these instructions. I'll see you in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, jurors, leave your pen pad in your chair. Follow me.
Notice I didn't mention one yet. But I will.
You're not going on a lunch break. I'm losing my mind. Let's just get to it. It can't be that hard.
You may have a seat. I'm not certain if Ms. Harris sent out preliminaries. Did everyone have? She sends them out to everyone. You guys discuss. It's just been passed a request for lesser included offenses. Has the state had an opportunity to review what Mr. Massey has filed?
We are just receiving a copy, Judge.
It appears as count 1 and count 2, this litigation team for Mr. Isabelle is asking for second-degree murder, reckless homicide, and negligent homicide. As to count 3, first-degree felony murder, they are asking for second-degree murder, reckless homicide. As to count 4 of the indictment, aggravated child neglect, they're asking for child neglect.
Yeah, they put up a very snarky professor who everything meant that he was coerced to
Flag.
just gonna mute this because it's just reading. We're gonna hear it all again in a bit. Very snarky professor that made sure that everyone knew that every confession ever made by anyone under the age of 26 was coerced. And then they asked, but did you know that he told them that? No. Did you know? No. Did you know? No. And he ended up being absolutely a disaster.
Proposed lesser included, and we're in agreement with those to be charged to the jury.
Under State v. Burns, the court must determine whether any evidence exists that reasonable minds could accept as to the lesser included offense. Negligent homicide is not on the table for the court under count 1 and 2. Neither is reckless homicide under counts 1, 2, and 3. The court must view the evidence liberally in the light most favorable to the existence of the lesser included offenses without making any judgments on the credibility of such evidence. And then I must determine if the proof provided was legally sufficient to support a conviction for the lesser included offenses. This is a practical two-step analysis under State v. Burns. I'm happy to share it with you while I take a brief recess.
What's in the brief recess?
Well, the state bears the burden of the proof, so it's not the burden of the evidence. Not a Carrot Top fan, but he was funny. I thought he was dead. I haven't seen him since the 90s. And I don't know who killed Tony is, but don't do that. No, it was just everyone who is not 26 years old can't make any reasonable decisions. Their minds hasn't fully developed. And when they asked him, do you know that he actually admitted to doing that? Do you know that he actually said this? No. Do you know that he wasn't interrogated for 10 hours? No. Would that change your testimony? Well, the tape is 10 hours long. Yeah, and especially for these stupid things that they could have done yesterday. Of course, I don't know Kill Tony. I don't endorse murder. Carrot Top had plastic surgery. He looked like who's the redhead who hold up the Trump head? He looks like her before she had her plastic surgery. The last time I saw him. Are we done already? Decide jury instruction doesn't need to be again. Most of it is just a boilerplate. They were talking a little bit about lesser included. That's all. I actually think, wasn't he on Joe Rogan or what's the other guy? The guy that just had the Amish kid on, where he said he was clean and hadn't been doing drugs in forever. Yeah, I think it's mostly roids he's on. Katie Griffin. Yes, Katie Griffin. Theo one. Yeah. Watching him interview that Amish kid and the Amish kid learning about the English world and him just sitting there in utter astonishment how the Amish live. That's great. Great shows. I'm really annoyed by this case. So, what do you want to talk about? The fall of Carthage and how it's a lie that they salted the earth because a new Carthage did spring up just a few miles from the original site, I believe. Theo was filming a live show for Netflix in New York City the other day. People said it was terrible. Some comedians are really good on stage. Some comedians are really good on podcast. Hardly ever are they good at both of them. And I think that Tier 1 has made some great podcasts. Him and Bobby. I should know some of these names. The Korean guy. That's some of the most funny content I've ever seen. Do we have another trial ready to go? No, I don't plan trials. I actually have a calendar that my wonderful mods put things in, so I could check and see if anything is coming up. What's in the calendar? In the calendar, we're here. Nothing for the next week. There's nothing really this week, but next week, Brian Walls will have believe it's his final pre-trial date. And then there's a case I'm kind of a little bit interested in, but it's going to run at the same time as Brian Walsh. It's the Shana Gardner case, the Microsoft exec, murder for hire, killed her husband. So I might do we might have to do a poll if it's going to be Brian Walsh or it's going to be Shana Gardner, because Shana Gardner seems really interesting. Taylor's business is coming back up, but that's for attacking someone, so that's not that interesting. Then Courtney Clenny starts December 4th. So right now, it's going to be Brian Walsh and Shana Gardner. There's also a hearing next Wednesday in the Adam Montgomery trial. Other than that, we don't really have much. Aiden is going back. Aaron Spencer that's pre-trial. Aaron Spencer is set to go late January. There's a lot of open holes right now. So it's probably, I don't know. Brian Walsh to me isn't that interesting of a case. It's yeah, it is what it is. But I think the Shana Gardner case could be quite interesting. I don't listen to any of that. So and as I've said multiple times, I don't do all this drama. He said, she said. There's too much drama out there. I might talk a little bit about drama if I get to bed early enough to do a baker at night, but I don't want to sit here and spend every trial stream talking about the drama. Father killing daughter's boyfriend got a mistrial yesterday. It's different states. Walls seems pretty open and shut. And the only interesting part in the Walls case was, are they going to toss the Google searches because of Michael Proctor? So, this is a non-binding poll because there's only 80 people here today. You should invite your friends. But Google searches and shoppings can go wrong. Google searches can't go wrong. The judge has ruled on it. They're gonna come in. There's nothing in the Google searches that's gonna do anything new. The only thing is the missing. You've said it 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I might do it at some point. I don't find it as interesting as you do. It's just stupid arguments. I don't know why they tried it. It seems quite retarded, but if I have a Sunday afternoon, I might watch it, because I watched it and I didn't find it interesting. I find it so annoying that I wanted to scream. They were so dumb, and that's why when we have had some downtime, I haven't pulled it up, because I just get mad when I see arguments that stupid. That defense lawyer, I think within the first minute, I had to turn off and said, no, gonna go do a toilet, come back, watch it again. You're just aggravated because Zach said something to you, as he always does. And then I just couldn't watch it in one go. He was so crazy in his arguments. Well, I might dig. I actually made a video addressing a question that I think a lot of people don't ask, but I didn't want to drop it this morning because it's drama. It's gonna burn something, and I'm probably gonna lose some subscribers over it. But hey, it's my take, and I'm just as wrong as everyone else. But could be interesting. Baker should do a show talking about all the aliens over Denmark that I keep seeing in my X feed for the last couple of days. Yeah, we have a lot of drones flying around, which is really dumb because I think we're the head of the EU for the next 6 months. So we're having a big conference, and now they can't fly in. They have to land in Sweden. Maybe we shouldn't have saved all that money and sent all of our military equipment to the Ukraine. Retry what case? Whose case? What case? Oh, the mistrial. Well, it was a toss-up between that and this one seemed more interesting. They're gonna retry it. I believe they have it. Did they set a date for? I think they set a date for next year on the trial. He stays in prison for next year. I think it's private drones as well. But then we had a Russian, like a Corvette or something, stuck down at Long Island, and they had turned off their identifying beacon. So, but hey, we're the main thoroughfare from the Russian hot water fleet, so we'll see them. What happened with the Poland land bridge? Who has a bridge to Poland? No one wants a bridge to Poland. Yeah, it's the case I just talked about. It's going to go next year. It was a mistrial, 6-6. The judge sent them back one time, came back, said, we haven't changed. He said, go home. So we were talking about it yesterday, and we'll have to wait and see if there's a hole in the calendar when it comes up. Courtney Richens, after her lawyer's insistence on when people eat their eggs, I'm interested to hear what other nonsense they are. I don't know what Courtney Richens is, what case that is. Yeah, they'll always send a submarine or something through, and everyone is, oh, the Russians coming. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Usually ends being a mix of once you get enough things flying around. It's just that they flew over military installations, and I think we got a couple of the F-35. So, oh my God, it's the Ruskies. Yeah, well, send a couple of hunters out there and just say, if you see any drones, just take a pot shot. They'll take them down faster. Oh, well, that's not her name. It's Corey Richens. But that's my first copyright strike I ever had from the Sinclair group. Marissa, I've tried to reach out to them. We've never, ever got any permissions to use their content. So I have stayed out of Arizona. Plus, Arizona is also a really, really bad time zone for me because I believe Arizona is 8 or 9 hours after me. So court will start at 6 my time and end at midnight 1 a.m. every day. So it's not the best. The case is really interesting. I covered parts of it, and then I got a copyright strike, but Arizona is a weird state. Yes, as I said, in Utah, as Arizona doesn't exist. Jemima is always out here. Oh, did you know about Arizona? Have you learned about our newest state? There's now 53 states. Don't trust Jemima. But that's interesting. An interesting case when his sister stands up and say he would always be late for family gatherings and he would arrive without sleeves or socks on because he had an emergency. Imagine that's what your sister says about you in court, that you used to shit in the side of the road and clean your ass with your socks. This is not annoying at all. They have now been on break for 15 minutes. La, 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 la. Oh. Just to have something to do while we're doing nothing. If there's anything. No, it's nothing. Let's get back and do nothing but wait on nothing. That's not annoying at all. At all. Well, that's not what they said. There was nothing about any diseases. He just was that type of guy. Yes, defense rested. Then we had a 5 minutes discussion about jury instructions, and now they have been on 15 minutes break. They started an hour and a half late. The Consulate of Denmark is on your UPS route this morning. Say hi to our king's brother. He is working as a military attaché at the consulate. Well, she said that Corey attacked her because they wouldn't allow her into the house that was in the trust that Corey had tried to make herself the trustee of, but the family, because he changed it back, he found out she was doing shenanigans. It's not that I do know a lot about the case, but I just got a copyright strike from it, and again, it's a really stupid time zone for someone in Denmark. So, again, if you're texting your cleaning lady to get you some Fendt for your husband, and he's dead because of some Fendt, that's not really smart. And especially when your house cleaner is then turning state witness. Your case isn't going to be a slam dunk. I'm just saying, And she had a really, I think she had a really good defense attorney, but she conflicted out a tall, dark woman. She seemed really competent, but apparently they just couldn't with each other. This isn't annoying at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Tyler Robbins has called Richard's attorney. Not sure how she's going to handle two huge high-profile cases like that. That's not coming up soon. I don't know if she needed to go out and make sure the jury instructions were updated or whatever, but that's. Oh, yeah, I'm already tired. Oh, it's gonna be a long day. They were waiting for jury instructions, and I love that she. I'm not saying lunch yet, and then we're going so long, so she could just as well have. Why the hell did she get them in there to say defense rest, go out, sit outside for an hour again? I would be so mad. Not quite, but he's trying to stand up a lot. Yeah, she wasn't but hey, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I think Corey Richards might be a biatch. So I'm just saying what I've seen from her about her. I don't think she's the nicest girl around. She seems to like the type who voluntarily would run for the head of the HOA. Karen Reed is way off trial dates. It might be 2027 before Karen Reed goes to trial. That's the next hearing in Karen Reed is November 21st at 2 p.m. That's the next hearing in Karen Reed. Then you have all the depositions. Then you have all the evidence collection. Then you have all the motions. Karen Reed will most likely, with all the defendants and co-defendants and what's going to go to federal and what's going to go here and what's going to go to state, and Karen Reed might not hit court till first or second quarter 2027. So the next Massachusetts must-see will be Aiden, which should be kind of maybe getting closer to figuring out what the hell they're going to do with that. He has a court date set up for December 5th. Yeah, December 5th. But they had their... That was Tuesday, Wednesday. So they got a 30-day window. So let's say 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be the week of October 20th to 24th. Should be the day where should be the week where the state have to find a new prosecutor in the parts that Cosgrove failed out of. And with the new Lindsay Gitani stuff that she has put out there, that Jen McCabe told her to do the right thing and to testify. Remember, telling a witness to do the right thing is witness intimidation. And Jen McCabe should, of course, by the standards that Massachusetts has chosen to have, raise charges against Jen McCabe for threatening a witness by saying, hey, you should go and say this at the grand jury, which is that's a threat, because that's exactly what Aiden has been told is a threat when he said, hey, Proctor, do the right thing, tell the truth. I believe that was Proctor, he said that too. That's witness intimidation. So, of course, Jen McCabe should also be down for witness intimidation. But because of that Jen McCabe apparently said a lot of shit to Lindsay, that trial just got twisted another 45,000 times. And there's supposedly a motion coming out this week. But all of this is, it's going pear-shaped so fast, that Aidan Carney trial. Yeah, that's another thing from Lindsay. Let me also, we are a small gathered group here today. I don't give two fucks about what Lindsay Kitani said. I grifted the shit out of it. I made more than $40 on those videos. So I don't need no Substack. Thank you all, generous people. But I don't trust her. None of her disclosures, none of what she said, Jen said, what she said, Krusty said, what she said, anyone said. I watched her in a room with Frank. I never did drugs, so I don't know what happened. But I do know that I wouldn't trust that lady nowhere. And I read her $40 Substack reenactment ChatGPT enhanced play that had nothing to do with the actual videos on her Substack. And this woman is just a bullshitter. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I got all the receipts, you know. Kate's a bitch. And you know how I know she's a bitch? Because she didn't pay for her dinner. I'm poor, I paid dinner. Gentlemen, bitch. Bitch. Don't pay me no monies. Give me money. But I love it. I love all of these ratchet bitches are fighting. Because it's just going to blow up. So everyone is going to be enthralled in some kind of lawsuit against each other before all of this is done. And everyone is a witness against Aidan. But they're also witnesses against each other. Crazy. Crazy. I would love to forget about Karen Reed for a while. Well, Delulu, you and me both. I don't talk much about Karen Reed, but someone was asking about the trial, and that's why I answered that. She's not going to be. I'm going to cover it if there's anything, but there's not going to be anything till we figure out how the trials is. It's gonna, and it's a civil case. It's gonna be on the back burner. Anyone out there believing that case is just around the corner? Oh, so far off. By the way, Grant, I don't believe that he showed up for his deposition today. I think he told them that he was sick and couldn't show up. Hey, Andrea, wie geht's dir heute? Ich hoffe, alles ist gut. Well, I try, Grace. I try. But let me say one thing. With all the drama going on, this might be a disclosure for later videos today, or maybe even a night stream. It's really funny how you see who you see crawling out of the woodwork and claiming that they are on team this or that right now. Hell of a drift. My team of 5. I'm behind them all the way. They know that. You didn't send me a thank you note. Bitch. I'm going on Krusty's show. Do you know I was in Colombia? Well, not Colombia, the state, but I just stepped in some coffee from Colombia. My team of 5. Pernilla, there was an anti-Swedish joke that I didn't make. Someone said if an average Danish blonde moves to Sweden, what would that do? That would raise the IQ both places by 50%. Because we would lose her and her dumbness would take us up, but you would gain because you're also dumb. And I didn't even make that joke. I don't think Turtle Boy is going to go on many shows right now with all of the diggity drama. Took over 2 years for my personal injury civil case to be settled 2 days before trial. Again, I could see. No, I can't see anything because I don't know shit. But if I were the O'Keefes, give a low ball offer, 10K per unit from 10K from Karen, 10K from the boss, because it's gonna be messy. If they offer to settle, no admission of guilt or anything, and bingo bango, we're out doing the tango. Karen Reed's insurance company would force her to accept a $10,000 because they would just pay it and say, fuck you, we're not going to pay for all your lawyers. But the O'Keefes have the same problem that Lindsay have. Show me money. Hey, MG. You're 50-50 blonde? Yeah. Well, he was mentioning all the real people, and he didn't mention me, and so we started beef. I need some drama. Mr. Bredero say this is going to drag on and on and on. Yeah, it's going to last forever. You had the judge. The judge said maybe 2027. Exactly. Yeah, and again, if the O'Keefes weren't money grabbing b-holes, a-holes maybe even, settle for some stupid amount so you could go home and said, well, at least we can pay the lawyers. And the insurance companies will tell their customers, we're not going to flood a bill on $100,000, $200,000 for lawyers. F you. If we can get out of here paying $10,000, $20,000 and no admission of guilt, ciao, baby. Well, it depends on which 50%. Half an hour. It's not annoying at all. I think we need a little we need a break. So everyone stand up, move along, because we need to stretch. So let's do this.
Hello, I'm Joanna Rohrbeck of Prancersize LLC, and I'm here today to show you the 4 modes of Prancersize. I've got my ankle weights in place, and my music's ready. So let's stop talking and do some walking.
I can't put the audio on. I don't know if it's monetized. Everyone, get Down in the knees, get the prance on. Come on. And everyone, remember, are you exercising if your mud flaps are not that visible in your pants?
And let it loose with the Prancersize gallop.
Look at this, like seeing Seabiscuit taking the last turn. And I'm just saying, I have seen smaller mud flaps on a Scania.
Step up the pace a little bit with the Prancersize trot. It's really hot.
Really hot, ladies. This one.
Now we're going to take our ankle weights and put them on our wrists so that I can show you the Prancersize box or shadow box prance. It's better to be punching into space than in your face.
It's better to be punching into space than into face. This is why you should all be prancing. Try get those arms up.
Turn. So even though your gait and your rhythm might be a little bit different, the basic moves will be about the same. So get out there and have some fun.
Get out there, have some fun. Thank you, Joanne. I already feel better. My moose knuckle might have been a little bit hurt, but what you don't do for the exercise. So thank you, Joanne, for showing us how to shadow box. You could also use this in a self-defense situation. If someone comes at you, I'm sure this is really good at defending yourself. If your neighbors saw me out prancing, they'd be calling 911. Yeah. Is prancing similar to frolicking? No, I think frolicking is more loose. It's more low. This is high intensity cardio. Boober means thinks 1% ratio, and John thinks 99.9. I could do a service check on Hoyer mud flaps any day. I just don't get why the hell when they did the video that she didn't look and say, "Oh my God, I have the biggest camel toe in this picture," and you can't watch the video without seeing. It's the only thing I see. I don't see her hideous teeth or her 1982 haircut. Just see. My neighbors all know if I'm outside flailing or taking off clothes, it's just a wasp. Yeah. Well, John doesn't know that she has a good friend, male friend, who is also packing some heat, as they say. That's no cocktail sausage. Well, it's part of the marketing. A lot of guys are buying that tape. Prancersize has been clinically proven to improve suasion, probably. Well, her body put a kielbasa down his pants, and then he ran around. They ran around with horses, and those horses were like, "What the hell's going on?" But I love the video she made where when against all her haters, and they should kiss my grits. Are we going to go on lunch break, or what are we going to do with this case? I was running around pretending to be a T-Rex for an hour at work today. I'm so happy that's not on film. Yeah, there. Tiger moves. It's kind of like that I Wanna Be Ninja song. It's really inappropriate, but it's also really funny, especially because there's I believe it's a Chinese lady standing in the crowd looking and think her, what the hell's going on? Her saying kiss my grits is cultural appropriation. You don't know where she's from. She could be Southern. I'm not sure I could convince. I don't think she has that much of a vertical. Boom, 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 boom. So don't be racist. It's not nice. People can be okay even though they're not from South Carolina. Prancersize does increase. Kiss My Grit was Flo's catchphrase on Alice. I don't know who Flo is or who Alice are. So I don't know. Maybe it's someone I should know. We have gone for over half an hour. The jury was sent out 45 minutes ago. And Flo was from Texas. Still doesn't ring a bell. It's probably a TV show we never had here. If it wasn't Melrose Place or 90210, I didn't see it. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Oh, as a T-Rex, you can. You have the new motion mark dropped. What? Who? I don't know. Now I have to look and see if my muddy mutts have. No, nothing's yet. What motion? Pedro, I didn't think he dropped anything yet. Aiden said this morning they were going to drop something this week, but I don't see anything. Oh, did I see some hair? I think I saw some hair. I saw some hair. I saw some hair. She's probably going to come in and say, we're going to go on lunch now.
Run back and forth.
We are still working our way through the instructions. I think that there was one page that we all agree there was a little phrase that needed to be taken out.
And I just gave her that. If there was abuse, then there was neglect.
Okay, so if it is now 11:12, what time would you like me to revisit you? I understand this. How many pages do you have there?
24.
I understand you need to go through them, and I understand you want to go through them with Mr. Massey and with Mr. Isabelle. I'm not trying to rush you. I just need to know what I'm doing.
I would say, yeah, there. 20 minutes.
That's perfectly fine. I don't want you to feel as though I'm ignoring you and I'm not here. I'm here. You just let me know when you're ready.
What we do, Judge, we have, and I think Mr. Steele and Ms. Carpenter can speak better on the law on this, but we do agree, all of us, I think, agree that reckless homicide and negligent homicide should be included as lesser included under the first-degree murder counts, and they've been looking at the case law. but I think we all agree that should be in there.
Your Honor, and.
Okay, so articulate for me what evidence supports reckless and negligent under first-degree murder, count 1 and 2?
I would, Your Honor, the state and the defense would be asking for the inclusion of reckless homicide and negligent homicide, specifically looking at State versus Brown, which is a Supreme Court Tennessee decision from 2010.
Is that Benjamin Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, I have it.
That case it's somewhat factually similar, but it's a child abuse case. In that case, the child was shaken, reportedly, or that's what the jury found, and those were the injuries that led to the death. The charges include premeditated murder, I believe, murder in the perpetration of aggravated child abuse, and aggravated child abuse. The difference is abuse versus neglect, but generally factually somewhat similar. There, the Tennessee Supreme Court did go through, and it looked at Burns. It looked at State versus, Eli as well, and looked at the instructions that were given specifically by the court in that case were first-degree murder, stop. It wasn't second-degree murder. It wasn't criminally reckless or criminally negligent. The Supreme Court of Tennessee then looked at the mens rea requirement of knowingly under the facts that were in that case. And the Tennessee Supreme Court found that knowingly was fairly raised, and then went further and said, so second-degree murder should have been instructed. And then the court specifically then goes to on page, I believe it is 433. I'm sorry, I have it highlighted, but I lost it. Oh, it's on 433, carrying over into 444. To quote the court, it says, it necessarily follows then that the trial court also erred in failing to instruct the jury as to the two remaining included offenses of reckless homicide, which is defined as, it gives a statutory definition, and criminally negligent homicide. The court gave the statutory definition. The mens rea of recklessness and criminal negligence are encompassed by the definition of knowing, citing the State versus Eli. And therefore, having concluded the evidence would have supported a reasonable inference the defendant knowingly killed Ashley, the victim in that case, we must necessarily conclude the evidence would have supported a reasonable inference that the defendant acted either recklessly or with criminal negligence. So basically, the Supreme Court of Tennessee said that if the mens rea requirement of knowingly is there, then these other ones fall under it as well. So out of an abundance of caution, Your Honor, because it's a level of review that we're to have, and the state would like to include those
Okay.
just to make sure that those
You
are
noted it for the record, fine,
Thank you.
add it.
Thank you.
Count 1 and count 2, reckless and criminally negligent homicide?
And then for 3 as well, to also include reckless and criminal negligent homicide.
Okay.
Because it's the same
That's
intentional
what the state
number.
wants,
Yes, Your Honor.
and we all agree.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Going to count 5, out of the same, going out of the abundance of caution, false imprisonment, although it is lower down there, we are looking at the same reduction of the mens rea requirement. So the state would ask for that instruction to be included as well.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
add it. You agree?
We agree.
No one opposes what anything Mr. Steele just said?
No, Your Honor.
Well, let's go. But you still need 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're still reviewing over the rest of the language. Thank you.
Not a problem. Recess.
Question recess?
So that's going to be another half hour, and it's 6 o'clock my time. That's dinner time. I'm gonna ship you all over to a new stream, and I'm gonna start up later because I just don't want to sit here and wait for them to finally get going, then break again, and then no, this is just stupid. Sorry to say it. We have been going for an hour and 30 minutes, and we have had 5 minutes in court. So I'm going to set this till 8:30 my time. I'm going to go make myself some dinner, eat, punch a wall, come back later in a nice mood, because I had hoped that we would have been done by noon with all the closing arguments, and there was a chance that I could get to bed before midnight today. But no, let's keep just doing nothing in this stupid case. Go out there, get another cup of coffee, get some stretches in, do something instead of just nothing. And I'll be back later. I'll keep an eye on it, see if they get going. Maybe she'll give them a late lunch, but then we'll catch up later. I've been waffling for over an hour and 20 minutes now, and even I run out of stuff to talk about. So, Walls or the Gardner case. 49% says Gardner, 27% says Walls. Take some time off. Don't fear Jamie. 24%. Jamie, you heard that? We'll be looking into the Gardner case. I've been looking at it for a long time, wanted to do the pre-trial motions, but all of them have horrible audio. So we're gonna try and see if we can find some stuff on that. Thank you all so much for participating in it. Come back later when I am not about to find an electrical wire I can go and bite into. And now the signal dropped as well. It makes me angry.